Hi, I'm Slawek with idrinkcoffee.com. Today I'm presenting the Ditting KR 1203 shop grinder. The 1203 is a monster of a grinder. As we can tell by its size, the 1203 is of course a commercial product. A shop grinder is a commercial product, of course, as we can tell by its size. It's designed to grind full bags of coffee. They're either set up sometimes in some places as self-serve, so your customer would grind their own bag of coffee, or a lot of times behind the counter where you would grind that coffee for your customers. The 1203 is the largest and highest capacity grinder in the space that's still only 110 volt. That's right, this grinder, even though it has 120 millimeter burrs, huge output, it still runs on a normal 110 volt 15 amp plug. To present the 1203, I'm going to discuss its features, I'll show you how to use this grinder, and then I'm going to show it to you in action and grind a bag of coffee. So earlier I said that this grinder is the KR 1203, and that's because it has two features. That's the bag clip, which is right here. We would clip our bag here, and I'll show you that when I'm grinding my coffee. And there's also a bag shaker, and the bag shaker is designed when you're grinding, to push those grinds to the bottom so they settle. It's actually a very useful feature for shop grinders. There is a second version of this grinder called the KFA, which doesn't have the bag shaker, although that one is not imported into North America at this time. Up here we have the hopper, and it has a large door that opens. That's a 1.1 kilogram, so 1100 gram hopper. On the right hand side here we have the grind adjustment, and the 1203 has stepless grind adjustment, and it has a very wide range. It goes all the way from Turkish coffee, which is 100 microns, all the way up. You have of course paper filter, pour over, metal filter, French press, and all the way to 1200, the coarsest setting, which is useful for cold brew. That's extremely versatile. There's very few grinders on the market that can do Turkish and espresso reliably, and also coarser grinds like cold brew. On the inside, the 1203 has monstrous 120 millimeter burrs. Those are very, very large and very, very fast. They're made out of a special hardened steel. Ditting lists the capacity of the burrs, or the lifespan of the burrs, as being 10 to 15 tons of coffee. 10 tons is, of course, 10,000 kilograms to 15,000 kilograms, up to about over 30,000 pounds of coffee. The lifespan of the burrs greatly depends first on how fine you're grinding. So they do say that's at a median setting. So let's say a halfway or a drip coffee setting. But if you're grinding finer, or if you're grinding lighter roasts, the lifespan of the burrs is going to be shorter. That's why we have that range. The output of the grinder at a medium setting is listed as 23 grams per second. So that's 1,380 grams per minute. Very, very fast, of course. The Ditting 1203 is rated for continuous use, meaning that the motor can run and we can do bag after bag after bag of coffee, or if you're doing a large amount of coffee for a batch of cold brew, for example, you can definitely use this. We recommend it for cafes that are doing up to about 100 pounds a day. That is a suitable use for this. If you're doing more than that, there's of course other choices like the 1203's bigger brother, the 1403, or you can then get into the industrial grinders like a Malkonig DK15 or DK27. So now let me show you the 1203 in action. I have an empty bag of coffee here, which I'm just going to put underneath the bag clip, put it in securely there, just like that. I'm going to open another bag of coffee, and what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to start the grinder up so it's working. You can see the bag shaker gives that bag a good shake, bringing all those grounds to the bottom, and I'm just going to put these in. And that's it. You can see that was very, very fast. This is 12 ounces of coffee, so 340 grams. It was at the, I did leave it at the cold brew setting, so this is quite coarse, but it's done, and you can now seal it or pass it to your customer, whatever, it's ready to go. Ditting is a brand that is very well respected and has been around for quite some time now. They're originally from Switzerland, but now they're part of the Hemro Group, which also owns Malkonig, Anfim and HeyCafe, in addition to, of course, Ditting. The grinders are made at Hemro's plant in Hamburg now, not in Switzerland like they used to be, but the quality is still, of course, fantastic. These grinders are designed and built to last for many, many years. If you're looking for a mid to high volume shop grinder, the 1203 really is a fantastic choice. The fact that it's 110 volts and you don't have to do any special electrical work is also a big selling point, because anything bigger than this, it's going to be 220 or even 3-phase power, which will require an electrician. If you have any questions about the Ditting 1203 or any one of our products, please feel free to reach out to idrinkcoffee.com. We're here to help. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this about coffee grinders, espresso machines, coffee machines, everything to do with coffee. Thank you for watching and have a great day.